Hey everybody, welcome back to JEMJAMMER. We have a special spooky Halloween adventure prepared for you today, guest DM'd by noted Dracula enthusiast Chris Sims.
Hello.
Of course, this is gonna go up, like, way after Halloween.
Not way after, one day after.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the spirit of Halloween in your heart all the year round, is what I say.
I agree.
No, you don't. You say that about Christmas.
It can be both.
You can hold many holidays in your heart simultaneously if you have a big enough heart.
Christmas is a time for scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago, and that sounds like Halloween to me. All right, so when you last left off, you had been transported to a strange place that you had never been to before. In fact, you are currently shrouded in strange mist. The ground under your feet feels slightly damp and soggy, and as you take a moment to blink and look at your surroundings, the mists begin to swirl and clear, and you find yourselves standing in front of a towering Gothic castle. You are very close to its entrance, which is a pair of large iron-banded wooden doors, but the structure itself is very strange. It's very tall, but there is a single tower that appears to be hanging in midair, high above the castle, connected only by a thin staircase to the rest of the structure. There is a large iron K engraved on the door, and as all of this comes into view, you hear a booming voice echoing through, and I made a handout to share it with you. The dread Kronos congratulates you on your arrival at his home. Your trials and suffering will entertain me as you move throughout my castle, for my eyes are everywhere. Still, should you wish to meet me eye to eye, then the keys to my tower are before you within these walls. Make of this whatever you wish, for you will be mine in the end, no matter what. The first is red, by far the easiest to find. The ease of acquiring it, however, is a matter of perspective. The second is kept by the Forge Master, though its home is anathema to him. Only his newest creations will cut through to the gem. The golden gem is hidden with the others of its kind, but the sin that leads you to it may well be your undoing. Find green where it ought to be but isn't. Offer what the vampire craves to sate the thirst of its guardian. Blue rests in peace below a painted sky, under the watch of angels. What 2 eyes may not find, 11 shall help you reach. For indigo, seek out a place of quiet and reflection. But don't be surprised if you find your own worst enemy standing between you. Violet begats violence. Test your strength to pry it from the grasp of a clenched fist. Cast these 7 into a black flame, and make your way to the tallest tower. I eagerly await you, and your doom. And with that, the oak doors in front of you slowly creak open, allowing you entrance to Castle Kronos.
Did anybody else hear that?
Cacophony, who is suddenly in a new costume, I should note for the public, because she's gone from Wynn, who is walking through the Pirate City, to Cacophony, who is now wearing what looks to be a very sexy Dream Girl, Sexy Leg Avenue witch costume, which is black with like a purple tutu, and she's wearing fishnets and black high heels, and at the top holding it up so it's not like falling down off her chest, because of course it's got the V neck straight to her belly button, is like an upside down pentagram, because of course, and she's wearing a witch's hat, and her rapier's turned into a broom, says, "This man has style, let's do it!" and just strides right in.
What just happened?
There's peak number 2.
Where are my clothes?
We were just in Province Bay. What is...
I thought you said I went to a place with flowers.
You did, my dear, but I think whenever it flashed and brought all of us here, it did not work. What are you guys wearing? You look like me.
What did you do?
What am I wearing? Nothing.
Mr. Hurst, you look adorable.
Mr. Hurst, by the way, is just in his regular clothes, but he's got like a sheet ghost costume on, except that the sheet is not very big and it only covers his head and like a bit of his shoulders.
Would you? What? What? You? But how? What?
Alviva is spinning around trying to touch her back because she's wearing a like Tinkerbell style stereotypical woodland fairy kind of shitty costume, complete with very bad wings, which are kind of not exactly comfortable, and also are just shedding glitter just everywhere.
Oh, Viva, you look adorable.
What
What did you?
is this stuff?
What did you do? What did you do? What? Why are you even still wearing this ring? I hate everything.
Arcturus has got sleeves and pants, but no shirt.
And also his pants are like only half there.
His pants are half there. There's fishnets in between the thighs. He's very exposed, and he's digging it.
What's this? And Juliana like puts her hands up in her hair and then stops. What is? Pats her forehead. Pats a horn. What is?
You're wearing a costume, dear.
I'm what? Why?
I like your haircut, though.
That is very cute.
What? Ha! Juliana's dressed like a sexy Halloween devil.
Just tear that band-aid off.
It's sexy Halloween devil. I'm very bad at describing things. It's like a mini dress, and there's like an outer. What is this? Like a skirt on the outside. I don't know what clothes are.
Don't worry, there will be pictures.
It's strapless. It's extremely revealing for this character. And then she looks down, looks up. Oh, by the way, there's a high collar that's just a choker. None of this makes any sense to her. She reaches up, pats her hair. Dreads are gone. Dreads what? What? Like, her hair comes up to her chin, maybe to her shoulder at this point. And that's when Juliana starts to lose it.
Now is when Juliana starts to lose it?
Ha! What the short, but it took me so long to grow that.
It's okay, dear. I'm pretty sure it's only for wherever we are.
Why would that be a thing? What is
I think it's because the Stradconos guy has style.
It's true.
Revenge!
As the four of you who are not already inside the castle pat yourselves to ascertain the status of your costumes,
focus.
the mists begin to close
focus.
in around you from outside.
Focus.
Everybody, you might want to step inside with me because those mists are trying to devour you.
They're what?
Mr. Hurst just steps inside.
Yeah, Alviva comes in.
The entrance hall here, and there it is. The entrance hall here is a 20-foot by 20-foot room. There are 4 stone gargoyles, one in each corner, leering at you, and a very ornate rug leading up to a smaller set of double doors.
Cacophony doesn't trust rugs.
Well, Mr. Hurst has already stepped on the rug,
Oh boy,
according
he
to what I can
has.
see, and he sinks in. And the rest of you quickly realize that what you thought was an ornate pattern of embroidery on this very fancy rug is actually rug-shaped quicksand.
Did you get this from the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Oh, I'm delighted.
So, Mr. Hurst is sinking, and then is suddenly sinking much faster as something grabs onto his ankle and begins to pull him down.
Guys.
Oh, no.
Guys.
Mr. Hurst. I should have
Grab
told
him.
you never trust a rug. That's on
Juliana
me.
leans in and yanks his arm.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. That's an 18.
Mr. Hurst is very heavy.
Yes, he is.
Arcturus lends a hand with his whip.
Cacophony just dives around to the other side unhelpfully.
Give me a strength saving throw from Mr. Hurst.
Mr. Hurst?
With
Okay.
advantage, since he's being helped.
Okay. Mr. Hurst got a critical... Mr. Hurst got a
Oh
natural
my
20.
god.
Shit, Hurst.
Nice. Yeah, Mr. Hurst is able to, with his very, very, very large feet, is able to kick the grasping hands. And he can tell they are hands underneath the... at the bottom of this quicksand pit shaped like a rug. And is able to crawl out of the trapped rug. The first, but perhaps not the last, of many traps that you shall be encountering in this, my castle.
It's okay, guys. Mr. Hurst trap checks with his shins.
Well, isn't this fun?
Is Mr. Hurst, like, covered in quicksand goop?
Yes.
Okay, he just kind of starts brushing himself off.
The rug reforms itself with the colored grains of sand sort of sliding back into their ruggish proportions.
Well, that wasn't fun.
I heartily recommend never stepping on a single rug.
The thing is that I'm real big.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Is no one else concerned with the fact that we're just here now? Is
No.
it just me?
No, it happens.
Yeah, sometimes you just end up in another plane or something. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm just a little cold.
I didn't know that you had pierced nipples, Auntie.
Oh, yes. They've been there for a while.
Huh.
They look good.
We're all learning so much about each other.
Not really. This is how I normally dress.
That's true.
Artie, I can lend you my jacket if you want.
I believe it would then turn into a blanket. So,
Okay.
Jill tugs the hem of her dress down nervously.
Cacophony checks the next door for traps.
Oh. We're learning.
we're evolving.
No.
Hey,
no,
I took a
we're-
level on Rogue, thank you.
We're really not. We're just getting stupider with more proficiency.
What is your trap searching result?
That not very high. 8.
You do not believe there are any traps.
I open the
on
door.
This, okay. Good news. There were not any traps.
Good.
The room beyond is a large octagon with 2 gargoyles in each corner of this room, and 4 pillars with torches that light this thing up. Across the hall to the east is another double door. This one is very finely crafted. It appears to be silver with a gold inlay depicting a tree. To the north, a very wide set of stairs goes up. And there is also a hallway leading to the south. Everybody give me a perception check.
This time I got a 24.
Mr.
Oh,
Hurst got a
good.
12.
21.
16.
I got a 6.
Jill and Cacophony, you notice that something appears to be watching you from the door to the south. There's a door on the wall in the alcove to the south that is open slightly, and you can see something shimmering inside.
Oh, something wants us to go that way, says Cacophony, and starts going that direction.
Cacophony.
Yeah?
I need you to chill out for 5 seconds. In
I'm
fact,
sorry,
more
dear,
than
I don't
5
know the
seconds.
meaning of the word.
I need you to chill out for the next 5 hours, actually.
I still don't know the meaning of the word.
As Cacophony crosses the room,
Uh-oh.
there is a loud click from a floor tile.
Clicks are bad.
Yeah. Nothing else happens, though.
Mr. Hurst ventures to the door into the octagon-shaped room and then just kind of cautiously peers around.
Yeah, same. Alviva peers around Mr. Hurst.
Artie just walks right in.
The gargoyles lining the walls, their heads turn to watch you as you cross the room.
That's great.
When do they try and kill us? How long until we fight the gargoyles?
I vote pretty soon.
Who could say?
Anyway, there's something looking at us through that door, so we should go look.
No, we should just... No! I need you to not, please. For like a Mr. Hurst just almost got ate by a sand rug. I need you to chill.
I'm waiting in this room until you step inside.
That's not a guarantee of anything.
Mr. Hurst sees the Cacophony has made it okay across the room and goes to stand beside her.
Thank you, my friend.
There is another click.
Does no one hear this?
No, I hear it.
Also, as Cacophony announces her intentions, this door down here just closes.
They closed the door. They don't want us going in that way, which means we need to go in that way.
Why?
It makes sense in my head.
What is going on in your head today? You were fine like a minute ago. Did those misfits do something to your mind?
No, we need to go through the door, Jill.
Why?
You need to be more confident about this.
Why do we need to go through...
I mean, we do need to move forward to figure things out.
Indeed.
Okay,
I don't want
yes,
to just hang out with the carpet monster.
That's great. Figuring things out, that's a goal beyond let's just stumble into everything that's wanting to kill us, because this whole place really feels like it wants to kill us.
Everything wants to kill us.
Yeah, I know. Why do you think I'm like this?
I'm gonna start edging along the side by the gargoyles, staring at them suspiciously.
An excellent choice.
Alviva seems to know what she's doing.
Cacophony takes another step forward and is trying to lean to peer at these things.
That is a portcullis of sorts. It is iron bars blocking off a hallway that you can see with this room, by the way, is well lit. These are all torches here on these columns. But it leads to a spiral stairway that appears to go up and down.
I would like to go down there at some point. And who's the statue next to it?
It is a suit of armor.
Oh.
In this little
I don't trust that.
There's a ghost in it.
I've been attacked by suits of armor before, so I suggest someone who's beefier go and poke that.
Mr. Hurst walks up to the suit of armor.
All right. It is a suit of armor. It looks to be fairly old and dented. It's seen some stuff.
Cacophony moves up alongside him and then leans out and gently pokes it.
Punch it.
Well, it's not empty.
Figured not.
Oh no, what's it full of?
Well, do you want to look inside it?
Yes.
You could lift the visor.
Cacophony uses her broom rapier to lift the visor.
There is definitely a relatively fresh dead body.
Oh my god.
I think this is what happens to us after we die here.
That doesn't seem sanitary.
What?
It
what
doesn't really.
happens after we die? What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll that back.
No, I'm saying if we die here, we become corpses inside suits of armor.
Why are you so
you-
blasé about this?
You missed the if the first time you said it.
You really did.
Oh.
You said when.
Yeah. I'm not gonna die.
I'm not gonna die either.
That remains to be seen, doesn't it?
You know, Jill, I think you'd get along with this Cronus guy.
You know what? I think I only have so many healing slots. And I need you to fucking chill so I don't have to blow them, because this place looks big.
I'm chilling. I think of the one who is not chilling. It would be you.
You are the one who is not chilling.
It's true, there's a lot more shouting in your kind of vicinity.
Cacophony looks over at the snoof set of doors to see if there are any traps before she opens it.
Thank you. Juliana is now fully crossed out of the hallway and is basically just like pointing at her eyes and pointing at these gargoyles.
Are you examining the doors for traps?
Yes, of course.
Give me a roll.
Perception. Clicky, clicky. 24.
I need
Ooh.
more D6s. Why can't I find my... Sorry, did I say that part out loud? You do not detect any traps. These appear to be very nice doors. They are made of a polished mahogany.
Mahogany doors.
Mahogany.
Classy.
But yeah, it is the kind of doors that you would expect to lead to a parlor or a drawing room, perhaps.
Oh, excellent! That's normally where the alcohol is! Cacophony opens the door.
Does she just like slam it open?
Yeah!
Amazing.
The room inside is very dark. Does Cacophony have dark vision?
Yes, I'm an elf.
Well, you can see that the room is perhaps some kind of drawing room. It is a quite large room, actually, and in each corner is a statue of a dragon. There is a curved table around which are arranged 5 chairs in a semicircle sitting at it. There is one larger chair behind it, and there is a deck of cards resting on the table. As you look at this, a fire lights in each dragon's mouth, illuminating the room.
So, I don't see any alcohol, which is very disappointing. But 2, this ghost obviously wants to play cards with us, so let's do it!
I am asking you to not just immediately start playing with the cards. I'm
Ooh,
asking
nice.
you to look at the room first or something.
Thank you, Auntie!
It looks like Arturus is just going ahead and sitting down at the table.
Yes, he
Alright.
is.
Cacophony
seats himself next to him.
Artie likes cards.
As the two of you settle into your chairs, a shimmering appears, and in the chair behind the table, it coalesces into the spectral form of a ghostly kobold in a robe.
Is the chair very high?
The chair is very high.
Yes.
You can now tell why the chair is bigger than the others. And she goes, "Oh, hey, how's it going? So, you're the new ones, right?"
Hello, that is us!
The new what?
Yeah. Well, I usually calling people... I like to call you pre-corpses, because I feel like that's kinder.
Victims is good.
No, victims isn't good.
That has a very negative connotation. But do sit down. Do sit down.
Important question.
Yes?
How big are these chairs?
Mr. Hurst would have to stand politely.
Mr. Hurst is going to stand politely behind a chair.
I mean, I don't know if I know how to play cards. I don't know.
Alviva, I've shown you, darling.
Okay. Well, I kind of just wanted an excuse to not play cards with a ghost, but fine.
My favorite part is that it's canonically established that Alviva knows how to play euchre.
Really good at euchre, actually.
All right, then I definitely also know how to play crib.
The ghost says, "My name is Grail. It's very nice to meet you.
Chris.
Yes?
Chris.
Yes?
Grail.
Yes?
Chris.
Yes?
Cup.
Uh-huh.
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 In the larger Chris Sims D&D continuity, she's Chalice's sister.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Of course she is.
She introduced herself and says, I died here a couple years back, so I'm stuck here now."
I have a question.
Yes?
In ghost terms, is a couple just like 3 or 4, or like 400?
It's very difficult to say. Time doesn't really work right here.
Okay.
How many pre-corpses have you seen?
Quite a few. Quite a few. I would say in my tenure here, you're probably the 15th, 16th, adventuring party to come through.
Oh, I thought there'd be more. That doesn't seem too bad.
I agree with that.
How many of them are dead? All?
If I were to give you a percentage, would that make you feel better or worse than a number?
Is it 100%?
It is 100%.
Mhm.
We'll be fine.
Will we?
So it's my job to sort of deal with this. And she kind of fans out the cards and says, this...
Deal
Yes?
with the cards. Was that on
Yeah,
purpose?
thank you. I've been working on that one for a while.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh!
Mr. Hurst still hasn't gotten it.
I have found that they can possibly give you a hand in your adventure here.
Oh, I got that one.
I actually drew from the deck when I came... Oh, it's called a Deck of Fates, by the way, but that's a very ominous title. But I drew from it, and it didn't really help me, and I think that's why I wound up trapped in this room, dealing cards to adventurers when they came in. So if you would like to draw a card...
Juliana's just going to go ahead and just set down the hand that Cacophony's probably already lifting up.
Oh, yeah, already lifted it up.
Why would it help? What does it do?
Each card has a sort of magical effect, and some of them can be very helpful.
And some of them...
That sounds good.
Some of them are very bad. Not gonna lie.
How bad?
Not gonna lie. Some of them can be very bad.
How bad?
Well, you remember that 100% figure I gave you? Well, look at it this way. Right now, your chances of making it through alive are pretty much 0. So it's not like it's gonna hurt. It just might make it faster.
So what's this Kronos guy? What is this? What is here that we're supposed to make it through?
Grail kind of frowns, and she goes, there's sort of a curse where we can't talk about a lot of things directly, but essentially, the castle that you're in right now is its own place, and it eats people for kicks.
Sounds fun.
She's very carefully choosing her words.
Okay.
Can you tell us with charades? I've played that game before.
Grail stands up in the chair and then points to her own spectral form.
Okay, ghost?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then she, cocks her head to the side and her tongue lolls out.
Dead?
Yes. And then she points at you.
Arturos.
Yeah, so put it all together.
Ghost dead Arturo.
And then she makes a little Pac-Man motion with her hands.
Eat.
Eat.
I would never eat my friends.
Okay, so is Kronos the castle, or is Kronos some separate dude?
She, kind of gives you a grimace and goes, can't really say.
Okay.
I admit, as a personal thing, that I was really hoping you'd just say yes and nod.
She could say yes and shake her head.
That's true.
Kronos himself is one of the things that we're not allowed to, spoil.
Okay.
He has told us that we are to refer to the castle as a, what was the word? Old school dungeon crawl. Meat grinder. Meat grinder. That is what he also said.
I think I know somebody named that.
It's almost like some kind of horrific tomb.
What school?
All this time, Grail has been shuffling the cards that she has in her ghostly hands.
Are you actually being straight with us, or is this whole thing rigged?
How
much?
Make an insight check.
14.
Grail shrugs, but you get the feeling that she is being more or less straight with you. To the best of her ability, as a cursed soul trapped in this.
Yeah, it's basically a
castle.
part of this whole shenanigan.
All games of chance are rigged for the house. Give me a card.
I agree with Arturos. Do it, man.
That was actually very canny of him.
I have an actual deck of cards to draw
Okay.
from.
Heck
Great.
yeah.
Grail looks at Arturos and goes, how many would you like? You can have 1 or 2.
Wait, what game are we playing?
It's just you draw a card.
Oh, right. One.
Alright, are you sure you only want the one?
Do I want the one? Or do I want the two?
Arturos.
I just have to ask.
Mr. Hurst pats Arturos on the head and says, go with the one.
One. One, please.
Alright. She flips over the top card on the deck, and you see a card that is called the Tempter.
Uh-huh.
Is it a hot guy? Is it a hot boy?
Go
Hot
on.
boy? Hot boy?
Hot boy!
Oh boy.
The card says
Let's
hot boy!
see.
The
I
card
think I can
says hot
actually
boy.
Hot boy!
show you
Also,
the
Hot
card.
boy.
Up, boy!
And Grail claps her hands and goes, ooh, this is actually a fun one.
No, she looks fun.
See, drawing the card is sort of a game of chance, and this one has a second game of chance.
Oh, that's bad
All
for
women
him.
are a game of chance.
When this card is drawn, you choose a spell.
Uh-huh.
And then I choose a spell of the same level. Then you roll a die. On an even, your spell affects you at a time of your choosing. On an odd, my spell affects you right now.
Oh, great.
I don't know any spells.
What?
I know a few spells, but
Then how did you make the wind tunnel? Smart boy.
I just did it. I don't know anything that would benefit me.
Don't pick Gust of Wind, please.
There's a spell that lets you speak with animals. I know that one. That's pretty fun.
Wait, is it stuff I can do or any stuff anybody can do?
Any spell.
Healing spell, healing spell, healing spell, healing spell, healing spell.
But that one said.
That one.
Sure. What level?
9.
Yes.
And the GM casts Wish.
That sounds like if I got the bad roll.
Yeah, she would pick a level 9 bad spell, probably.
Ding ding.
Ooh, go with polymorph. Get polymorph. Turn into a dragon.
Please pick a healing spell for me, your old pal, Juliana.
But you could turn into a dragon.
I would turn into a dragon.
Why are you helping him?
Grail is nodding furiously at polymorph.
Well, choose polymorph.
Got us.
Okay.
At what level?
Polymorph is 4th level. It is the level at which the spell is normally cast.
Well, in case this goes badly, I don't want to die immediately. So let's go with the 4th.
You know you could polymorph into like a snail, right? And get stepped on.
Well, just don't choose.
Yeah, but
a snail.
You could become even fishier than you already are.
How dare you? How dare you insinuate such a thing?
Grail has made her choice.
Uh-oh.
And she says, do you want to know which one I chose, or...
Where would the fun be in that?
Because, I mean, and she frowns a little, and she's like, I mean, this is kind of my job, so it has to, I mean, it's going to be a bad one.
Let's not think about that. Let's not think about that at all.
All right.
Juliana would love to know what to brace for, but this isn't her decision.
Grail could whisper it to you.
Yes! Yeah, Jill's just gonna lean in like, hey, can you just tell me, please?
Aviva blatantly eavesdrops.
Please.
Grail just texted it to you, Eric.
Oh!
How will Aviva eavesdrop?
It's very good whispering.
Damn it, Aviva's...
It's ghost whispering.
Yeah, ghosts are good at whispering.
All right, Arturos, pick a die and roll it.
Pick a die, any die?
Because it's odd or even, so any die works.
Even.
Even's good, right?
Even! Yes, I believe even is good for you!
Yay!
Juliana looks physically relieved. Just, deflates.
Grail claps and goes, mine was Phantasmal Killer.
Holy shit.
Would we all like a read of what Phantasmal Killer does?
Oh, I know.
I'm sure
I
you do,
know.
but we have an audience, Mackenzie.
Yeah, we do.
Also, we have
you
a
tap
real.
into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range and create an illusory manifestation of its deepest fears visible only to that creature. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target becomes frightened for the duration. At the end of each of the target's turns before the spell ends, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage.
Yeah, I would have died immediately.
On a successful save, the spell ends.
Artie isn't exactly wise.
All right, at any time in your trip through Kessel Chronos, you can cast Polymorph.
Great. Let me actually look up what that does.
You can't turn into a dragon at level 4.
No one told me this!
Yeah. You can turn into dinosaurs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not a T-Rex. Not yet. You have to be level 8 before you can be a T-Rex.
No Dupree.
No one could have warned me.
Jill's gonna lift her hand. All right, in for a copper, in for a plat. Hit me.
1 or 2.
1.
She turns over the card. Ooh.
What?
She goes, ooh, that one's bad.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I figured.
no.
What is it? Christopher
It's
J.
the dungeon?
Simsworth, are you about to kill your friend?
It's the dungeon.
The dungeon.
Yeah. What's Jill's most valuable possession?
What? When you say valuable, do you mean emotionally valuable or fiscally valuable?
That's an excellent question.
Again, I was just hoping for a yes.
What's both? What's your most emotionally valuable and your most monetarily valuable?
Okay, well, I don't know monetarily valuable off the top of my head, but, like, emotionally valuable is definitely the war hammer that she has, because that's the symbol of her faith. She got that when she actually became a cleric, and that's also her spell focus. So please be nice to me. Please be nice to me, Christopher Sims.
Do you have literally any other valuable possessions?
She kind of travels light.
She has 1 diamond.
Yeah, I've got a diamond. Just one. For the revival spell, Chris. Just the one.
It should be the Warhammer.
I know.
But then you can't cast any spells.
I know. How do you want to play this, Chris?
Do you want to cast no spells or -1 spell?
How much do you want to fuck me over here, Chris?
Look,
buddy?
You didn't have to draw.
Friend?
Technically, you'd only not be able to cast anything that has a material component. You'd still be able to cast every other spell.
No, you need a spell focus for cleric spells.
Yeah.
We'll whittle a holy symbol out of soap.
Do you have soap?
I have soap.
There we go. And I can whittle.
Do you not have a backup holy symbol? You should always carry a backup holy symbol.
It's Cleric 101.
No, she kind of goes all in, honestly.
Oof, okay.
I mean, well...
Or does Kronos want to whittle away at our spirits?
Listen, the question is do you consider fun? The diamond is gone. The diamond is gone. The diamond vanishes.
Okay. Now, she had that in her bag, so...
Yes, you are aware that it is gone.
What? But
Magic.
Oh, Ariadne's
Yeah.
gonna be mad.
Sorry. Bad luck.
Uh-huh.
On that one.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah?
You have any idea if there are any more diamonds here? Because I'd really like for my friends not to die.
Grail looks like she is struggling to tell you something. Okay, she makes her save. She goes, "It's somewhere here."
Okay.
But that's all I can say.
Just one. That's cool. That's great. Hey, everybody, try not to run into any more traps for me.
No promises, says Cacophony. She grabs 2 of the cards.
2.
She grabs them?
All right.
Well, she reaches out to tap them twice.
Okay. Would you please roll a d4 for me?
Yeah! 1.
Oh, wonderful. Grail flips over your card, and she goes, "Hey, look, it's me. You got the ghost."
Oh!
You look around happily at your adventuring party, because it's a very exciting thing to draw the ghost card.
What?
And you look around, and you see Mr. Hurst, you see Alviva, you see Artie. There's someone else there that you don't know.
Oh.
though.
Oh, no.
She pauses and she looks at this final person. Are they hot?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I think Jill is probably more hot than she thinks she is.
Okay.
Or at least this frustrated looking lady in green.
Huh.
Like, you really want to she's all that-er,
Okay, that makes sense.
but you have no idea who she
She's
is.
already dressed like a sexy Halloween devil, excuse you.
Huh. You're very attractive, ma'am.
What?
I like your costume, is what I'm saying.
Thanks.
Are you here alone? You can join our party if you'd like.
Cocker, are you putting me on?
I'm sorry?
What? I'm really not in the mood for, like...
Is that a sexy devil costume? Because I gotta say,
What?
you're looking pretty devilish to me.
What? Juliana, like, looks around at everybody. Is this...
I don't know.
What? Are you... You're weirder than normal. What's happening here?
I don't know what you're referring to. You wouldn't have any idea what my normal is, darling. Admittedly, our tourist in Alviva would, but...
What?
Not you, dear.
Me? Cacophony.
That is my name. You've heard of me. I didn't know I was known on this plane, but I'm happy to be.
Cacophony.
Would you like something signed?
What? Who am I?
Your looks are very devilish, my dear.
You already tried that. Who is this person here? And she points to herself.
I don't know your name. You haven't given it to me.
Grail leans over across the table and taps the ghost card on the table and goes, She doesn't remember you, hun, sorry.
She what?
Well, this will make things
She
harder.
doesn't remember you? She has no idea who you are.
Juliana's face kind of falls. But...
Can we fix it?
Only if you make it through the castle.
I'm gonna vote we don't draw any more cards, otherwise getting through this might get way harder.
I wanted a second. This one's done nothing.
Oh, Cacophony's already committed to 2.
Oh, God.
The next one is drawn.
Oh.
We're just gonna not do that one.
Chris, are you cheating?
It's a game of choices.
and you're making some right now.
I feel like Cacophony is already suffering from one powerful delusion, and maybe doesn't need another.
Oh,
one.
she's already suffering from several powerful delusions all the time.
Let's be honest here, yeah.
Grail pulls out a card and lays it down, and it is the Mists.
Ooh.
And Grail goes, can't really tell you what this one does, just try not to get hit.
Well, that's not gonna happen, she says.
Grail fans out the cards. Anyone else? There's still some good ones in here.
I really wanted one because I wanted to turn into a dragon or whatever, but it seems like all the other ones have been just bad.
Alviva, do it!
100% bad.
Mr. Hurst
Do
goes
it,
over and
Alviva.
just kind of picks
But I do
Alviva
want
up
to
out
know.
of the
No,
chair.
wait, no. I reach out my hand. I want one.
Grail shuffles and draws.
Toss it to me. I can catch it. You're not my dad, Mr. Hurst.
She lays down on the table the Enchanter
That sounds good.
I don't...
and goes, it's not a very bad one.
Oh.
Thumbs up from Grail.
Not a very bad one, which means not at all a good one.
Not entirely good.
Just get on with it.
Another one I can't tell you. Sorry.
Oh.
Grail!
Look, it's magic. It's a compulsion. I wish I could. I really do. I'm rooting for you guys.
We're gonna leave now, you guys. We're gonna leave.
Don't you want a card, Mr. Hurst?
I really don't.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Cacophony rises from her chair.
Everybody else got a card.
It was very nice to meet you, Grail, by the way.
Well, thank you.
If you're ever looking for, like, a ghostly fling, call me.
Grail's cheeks turn slightly less translucent. And she's like, hey, by the way, if you do manage to get through here, I'm pretty sure my soul will be freed and I'll be allowed to go to the afterlife. So thumbs up, rooting for you.
Oh, thank you. If that happens, just think of me, but have a good time.
And with that, Grail vanishes, leaving the deck of fates resting on the table.
Mr. Hurst was on board with the deck of fates until all the cards turned out to be bad.
That just means there's more good ones left.
Mr. Hurst isn't good enough at math to realize that.
Not all the cards turned out to be bad.
So the deck's just sitting there.
You can just take it.
Anyone can pick it up.
Would you like to try to pick it up?
Not when you ask that.
Artie wants to try to pick it up. He loves cards.
Is Artie gonna pick it up?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Don't pick it up.
No one's there to stop me.
A card falls off the top.
Oh, great.
What is it?
You have inadvertently drawn the wizard.
What?
Oh, fuck a wizard.
Until escaping the castle, you may only speak in rhyme.
Oh my god!
Oh, I wish I'd gotten that one. Damn it.
I'm so glad I couldn't get that cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so mad if you meet her shitty.
Oh, you know it is gonna be
For
shitty.
sure.
JEMJAMMER is performed by Annie Creighton, Kit Walker, Mackenzie Weaver, and Vicky Sharon, and it is edited by Jake Mason. Our character designs were concepted by Rio, who you can find at vriosart on Twitter, and our cover art was illustrated by Canary Witch, who you can find at doodlesfromthebird.tumblr.com. Our opening and closing music is by Reckoning Storm Audio Works. You can find more episodes of this show, as well as our other shows and news at our website, crookedrussiancam.horse. You can find us on Twitter at CRC Podcasts and on Tumblr at crookedrussiancam.tumblr.com. If you want to support us, a like, rating, review, subscribe wherever you find our podcast is super helpful and helps us get discovered. And if you want to give us some money, you can do that at patreon.com/thejemjam or ko-fi.com/crookedrussiancam.
Dear Jake Mason, friend Jake, Jacob, I am so sorry. In advance. I'm probably going to peak my audio like 7 times. And it is all the fault of one Christopher J. Sims.
I don't. It's a game of choices.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Spider choices. That's great.
Spiders can offer up to 8 choices.
Oh my god! Oh, there's one. Sorry, Jake.